Hello people of the internet. Recently we had a 2 hours long debugging session trying to figure out what is causing this issue and we didn't quite figure it out yet. My favorite comment on that video was from a gentleman saying that he would rather spend the 2 hours doing pleasurable things to himself rather than doing all of this stuff. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Who wouldn't? Anyway, let's go and try to let's try to figure it out now. Hopefully we will have a better luck than the last time. So I didn't know what else can we try after the last session. So I had a chat with Claude and tried to figure out some possibilities what we can do to reproduce the issue. Claude had some ideas. I thought maybe we could do that. So Claude said maybe we could try to ban the port that is being listened to in firewall. So maybe that would drop the that would make the socket not work. I didn't sleep well this night and the night before, so my brain isn't working at all. Speaking will be a problem today. Anyway, so that is one thing we can do. Also, I don't know. I don't know what's this, but there is also an idea that we can modify the code and actually set a timeout for the socket, whatever that actually means in practice, and maybe it will fail on us. I'm not sure here basically. And this, so I thought maybe we could try to do that. First, maybe let's try the IP tables one and dropping the port in firewall. So if we go to the resalloc container, this will be the one probably, right? Here is where we did all the experiments and the connection works, but we are in a container and I don't think we have IP tables here. Yeah, so where do we actually run the command? On my host system? I kind of doubt that. Let's take a look to etc resalloc server YAML. It is listening on this, so on all IP addresses that are available. And what IP address does our main tool use actually? So is there a, this is resalloc main, right? So this is the tool that we use to not main actually, we need the client, right, I remember now. So we use this command to reproduce. So as a user called resalloc, use the resalloc command ticket check. So not the main command here, but rather this. And it is communicating on local, the default is localhost. Okay. Okay. I thought, by the way, what happens if we specify the connection to some different port? That's something we didn't try before. So let's try this. Yeah, it's on the incorrect place, so we need this, but we need to move it before the ticket check probably. So I suppose somewhere here. Yeah. What if we do a different port? It's connection refused, not actually timeout. Okay. Okay, but I would expect kind of the same thing happen when we block the port, no? Let me so if I use resalloc in a container, should I do this in the container or on the host? I would expect in the container, so we will probably have to install IP tables into the container and block it there. In container, yeah. So should we just sudo dnf install IP tables? Okay. And now should we just run the command like so? Yeah, okay. I put that this is so cute. Yeah, well, how do I install IP tables, if it's even possible, into a Fedora 43 container? Oh, we need... You mean this? Use NF tables. Okay, that's fine. NF tables, I know NF tables are actually used in the Fedora infrastructure right now, so why not? So sudo dnf install NF tables. Let's try that one. Oh, we are not privileged then. Okay, we are going to restart the resalloc container then. And I think we need to put the privileged in our Docker Compose file, right? Docker. So this will be a bit weird. Now we are inside of a resalloc project, but like codebase here, but I'm running the resalloc as part of my Copper stack. So I don't have like a separate Docker Compose for resalloc. We actually need to go to the Copper project and compose file here. So somewhere I know there is a builder container which uses privileged. So we will take the same thing and put it into resalloc. Here is a resalloc container, and we are going to put it somewhere. It doesn't really matter, by the way. Sorry for the jumps on the right side. I don't know why it happens. Okay, so we put the privilege there. Now we can docker compose. Let's do upd resalloc. Right. We are recreating the resalloc container. Then we can jump back to it, and I suppose we just lost all of our history. So exec, let's see. Yeah, we don't have any history, so we are going to first see if our resalloc main works as before. I mean resalloc client, sorry. So let's try. Yeah, basically we were doing the check like this. So let's try it. Yep. Okay. Cool. Now let's let's try dnf tables. Sudo dnf install nf tables, and this is our setup here. So we are going to do this. Okay, we didn't have any error, so maybe it will be better now. Okay. And what if we do resalloc check ticket? Oh my god, if this is going to time out, I will be so happy. Of course, this is even if this timeouts. This is not something that actually happens in production. Nobody knows what happens in the production, why it crashes actually. But it could be a first step to actually trying to catch the error somehow and recover from that. I don't know. Claude had some suggestions how we can recover from the crash. So if we can reproduce this, we will see if those suggestions are correct. By the way, I know we did something the last time to try and debug the timeout, and it looked promising as well. And I thought it will be 2-minute stops before it timeouts, because this took also some time. Of course, it is timeout, so it needs to do some stuff for a while before it errors out. So I thought maybe 2 minutes and it will time out. But then I actually had it running for 30 minutes or something, and it still didn't finish, so it was just hanging. So hard to say what is going to happen here, if it is going to time out or if it is going to just hang forever. We should have checked the time, but anyway. And while waiting, we can take a look what was the other suggestion, because we are basically end of the road here. However it ends up that way, and we cannot basically try anything else with that, I think. So the other reproducer was this: setting default timeout on the client side. And actually on the server side setting this, and I think this is much more important. So, oh, we timed out. Oh my god, we actually timed out. Nice. Nice. That's the first time we actually had at least something resembling the original issue reproduced. So what can we do about it now? There was a suggestion from Claude when I described the issue, and wait a second. he said something about connection, right? It's here. So the cleanest fix is probably to catch socket error and recreate self-connection before retrying. So this is what I want to try. I have no also use with close true or create a fresh proxy to call to avoid using stale connections. There are some suggestions. So I want to try those. Yeah, okay, back to the resalloc code. And I have no clue where those things actually are, right? For example, the self-connection, where it is actually. So let's do main here and jump to the git resalloc project. Should we maybe pull first? And let's see, git grep. Is there the self-connection? It's in client. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we could go into the container, bad container, this container. We could go into the container and manually modify the client code in the in Vim here. But I don't want to do that. Let's try something as well. Let's try to run our code from the code base actually. So there will be one step in the setup, but it will pay off because we can then modify the code in any way we want. We will have git and everything. So it is worth it, even though this is the most annoying step in this process. So I know I have some instructions how to run stuff locally. I have many projects there. So locally, no, from Git. It's called running tools from Git, right? I have notes for myself how to run these tools from Git because I sometimes work on them and don't want to figure it out every time from the scratch. And I have the resalloc node here. So what I usually do, is that I put this Docker Compose resalloc YAML next to this. This is really stupid and complicated. I just don't know how to do it better, honestly. So I put this Docker Compose snippet here. And basically, you can see it extends the original Docker Compose YAML, right? That we used before, and it only extends the resalloc service there. And basically, it says we are going to run bash here so that we can run the server on the foreground, so we can modify even the server code. And you can see we mount the git resalloc directory from my host into opt resalloc. Right, so that is where we have the code actually available within the container. So we do this, and then I just use this command. Right, before we did Docker Compose upd resalloc, so I will do the same, right? It should inherit the privileged setting and everything. So let's run this. resalloc depends on undefined service database. Okay, let's do resalloc depends on resalloc depends on database. Let's comment this for a second. Doesn't really matter. We need to this is interesting. It used to work for me. It used to work for me just fine. So you know what we are going to do probably. Instead of using this resalloc compose, we are probably going to take this, right, and put it into the main compose itself. It's okay. So we are going to use the command bin bash. We are going to add this volume, and the ports were here, I think. No, these are new. Interesting. Do we need that? I don't think we need that, right? So basically this is the only thing that we actually needed to add. I think so, right? So now let's do docker compose up the resalloc with the default docker compose file. And once we start this, the resalloc should not actually be running, I think. So let's jump back to here. And PS, no, we don't have PS and we don't have htop. Jesus Christ. lsproc. There are multiple bits. So, okay, anyway, dnf install. Let's try user bin PS. Hopefully it can find it like this. Okay, nice. PS AUX. See, right, we have bit 1, which has been bash now, not the resalloc server, and we are inside of the shell, but yeah, there is no server running right now. So if we did the check ticket, it will not work now. All right, if we take this, put it here, it doesn't work. And it's connection refused, not timeout, right? So we basically need to run the server now, like so. Hopefully this is up to date. Yeah. See, it is doing something, right? I will go here into this other terminal, rename this from resalloc web to resalloc server, and we are going to docker exec this. No? Oh, there are probably dashes now because we are using new docker compose, right? Yeah, so let me just rename it in the notes, right? And we are going to run the server here, and we permission denied. How so? Because we ran the server previously as root. Stupid us, right? No problem. Let's try to chown resalloc this, not this, Jesus. This path, and let's do the whole directory. So we will do it recursively. Now, will this work now? Okay, this is running. So can we check the ticket? Right, so we can connect to the server now. That's really good. Now we can do our reproducer with the DNF install NF tables, right? DNF install NF tables again. And we can run the command in the NF tables to block it, and then it will start being interesting. So we will do this, we'll do this and this, and now let's take a look into let's find in the traceback our code actually. So this is HTTP client, not us. XML-RPC, not us, not us. Resalloc client, this is us. So yeah, we are trying to do something like no, not here, here line. Let's do line 75 in client. Okay, resalloc client line 75. So we are trying to collect the ticket. I don't know what collect means in this scenario. I suppose it is the check ticket. So if we put a breakpoint here in our Git repo and run this command, the check ticket, it will not get to this place because we are still running it from the installed tool in the system. But if we run it the similar way, we run our server. Oh, it is. So if we run it in a similar way, I think this is just fine without the config here. So if we go here, let me kill this. It's not useful. We will do this, but instead of resalloc server, we'll try the resalloc, which will be the client here, and we are going to pass the ticket check like so, and we have the breakpoint. Good, nice. Oh, by the way, they are testing sirens outside, so this will not be good. Hopefully you won't hear it as much on the recording. I'm sorry about that, bad timing actually. So it's just a test, not any actual situation. So we are here. What if we do so this is what we found before in the grep. Let's go to main. No, there is actually self-con and self-connection. So those are two different ones. So we need to figure that out. But let's try to step. Yeah, so this step will time out. We are calling self-connection call here. And this is the one that is going to time out, right? So self-connection is what? Self-connection is connection. Okay. I have no idea what is that. So this is passed from the outside. And where is this being initialized? Ticket connection self. This is so confusing. So we have a connection passing self here. So inside of a connection. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is the connection. This is the underscore connection that we actually use inside. And that's all good, but I have some spam here. That's all good. So is this, for example, the connection that we can recreate if something goes sideways? Maybe. By the way, is there something in the conversation with Claude about wrapped XML-RPC? No, he mentions it only in the at construction, which opens a HTTP connection and became stale. The ticket goes later called on stale connection hangs. So okay, we timed out. Yeah. Now this raises some exception. Timeout error. Do we handle timeout? We don't handle any timeout error anywhere. And the timeout error is from where? Like, let's do git grep timeout error. It is not in our code. Do we have it? Like we have, or is timeout error an actual Python exception? Timeout error. It is actually. LOL. I didn't know that. So okay, this is an actual Python exception that is being like from the standard library that is being called. So like if we do something like where is our breakpoint? Here. So if we do try right on this, like let's do it the most stupidly we can, but we just want to experiment. We will accept timeout error as exception, and in that situation we will retry the most stupid way we can, but we will recreate the connection, right? So the problem is we are taking the connection from the outside, and strangely enough the connection can be none. That cannot be, right? If it is none, then this surely fails. Okay, we will do it differently. We will do it from the connection itself. So we will do it. I think we are calling this piece actually get ticket. If I put breakpoint here, do we get to this place? Where are we? We are in ticket equals get ticket. So not yet. Let's do this. So I'm not sure if we get to that place or not. We are definitely in connection. Right, we don't get to this place. This is too late. we are trying to do that fcall somewhere, which is the place which timeouts. This is the place where it actually times out on the call, right? So we have a try here and accept socket error. So what if here, and it is in while true actually. So what if we accept timeout error here as exception, and we will print the exception like so, but then we will do stuff, but not just yet. Let's kill this and try again. Right, so we would never get to here because this is on the server. Would we? Wouldn't we? I don't know. Never mind. It is not mentioned in the traceback either. This is definitely mentioned in the traceback. See, return fcall, and this is actually the last place in our code that is mentioned, right? This is the fcall, and now there is one more. Okay. No. This is already XML-RPC. So yeah, this is the actual last place in our code that is mentioned. So I think catching timeout error here should get us into the breakpoint at least. Yeah, and we have the exactly, and we have the connection here. So in the situation like this, we will try to recreate the connection. And I'm not sure if we can successfully if we can successfully prove that this will actually solve the issue, but we can at least. But I think it is good, like we can try that and see if it actually helps or not in production. I think we will not break anything by recreating the connection, and it is actually a good shot. So I would personally go with that, but we will try experimenting a bit. Yeah, connection. How so? Timeout error. Ticket collect, connection call, fcall, right? And then stuff. So was this caught by this actually and then erased? What if we put the exception at the very top? I don't know if it helps or not, but we will try. If it doesn't help, wait, there is fcall and fcall. Which one of those causes the problem? Return fcall args. This one. Okay, we have that in try catch. Okay. Never mind. So if we don't catch the traceback now, or the exception now, I'm going to put a debugger right here to see that it is actually called, and actually on like this very moment it tracebacks, because that it's like weird. But maybe it was the exception order. For example, I have no idea what is this app. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's hope it will be a code this time. Maybe if we are going to do this, we should maybe set the shorter timeout time, because this is quite long. Anyway, where are we? I'm sorry, I will move the phone a bit further so it doesn't bother us. Where are we actually? Main. Line 37. Yeah, okay. We are in the exception then. So we have the exception. Yeah, we have the exception. Okay, nice. So it was the order of things after all. So what happens if we simply do this, right? We don't have the connection string available, so let's self connection string equals connection string, and here we will use the self connection string, right? We could even do def init connection, so that we can call it on multiple places and be it always the same. So what if we do something like this, and we do basically self init connection like this, and here we can now call the now we can call basically init self init connection so basically this is our timeout error. Now we are inside of a while loop which is infinite. It has 3 seconds sleep at the end, and we are not re-raising any exception here, right? And we are not re-raising any exception here. We are re-raising the exception only in this case, which is, I don't know what case that actually is supposed to be, but it is not this one. So I expect if I do continue, it will do another call and another call and another call. So if we do this, yeah, we printed the exception and we are doing another call, which is good. Okay, cool. So let me kill this. Let me rerun this with the new code, which has the init connection like so. and I want to set the timeout, catch socket error, and recreate self-con before retrying, or set a timeout via. Okay, so what happens if we do something like somewhere, doesn't really matter, if we do set timeout and we do 5, I don't know. Will this be a faster crash or not? It's a different. Is it this actually? PDB. It definitely works, but I don't know if we are falling into the. Yeah, we do. Okay, we are falling into the exception that we want. Nice. So yeah. Okay, we are definitely recreating the connection now. So we can just do like a little check here. Does recreating object reinitialize the connection? Does let's do socket connection, whatever is the right term, doesn't matter. Yes. Cached, the still creating throws away that cached on a fresh TCP connection. Okay. The thing is, I don't know if this helps or not, because this is our client. This is our client, right? And it, like we call it, it creates the connection. The connection became stale. It cannot become like, don't we have to do this on the server somehow? I don't know if I can describe the thing properly, but you will maybe understand what I'm trying to say if I type it. So how can the connection become stale on the client when client is being used once, basically? When client is being initialized on demand and closed immediately after one request to the server. That means it has a fresh connection every time. No. Don't we have to make sure the connection is not stale on the server. The socket is not stale on the server. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Or is one client command initializing the socket somehow, and then the socket somehow persists the calls? That sounds stupid to me, but the backlog is full. Server stuck. No way. No way. So should we try that actually? Let's try that. Let's try that. So NF tables, let's delete the thing, and let's try again. It works. Good. So let's try. So how do I know how many are enabled? Let's see if it is actually mentioned in the code somewhere. Request size, it is not. So let's find the server code. Main, I think. Here is some port, doesn't seem to be the port we think of. And is there simple XML-RPC server, which is default. Okay, so this, basically this. Yeah, this will be fun. Why it has tuple like this? Can we pass our request queue size here equals 2, for example? So if we restart the server now, okay, this is incorrect. So is there some stupid trick with the tuple? Let's try to put it here. Request. Okay, no. So let's delete this. Let me find the documentation for simple XML-RPC server. And let's see if there is a queue size. No, it is not. Inherits TCP server. So Python TCP server, which is socket server, the TCP server here. And do we have queue? Request queue size. The default is usually 5, but can be overridden. So that means can we basically do the self server dot, not this. Why is my paste not working as I want it to be? Request size equals to, will this work? So yeah, this works. Okay, at least it doesn't trace back. I don't know if it works. So do we have tmux here? We don't. Sudo dnf install tmux. Yes. Yes. And we will open tmux inside of tmux. So this will be a tmuxception. But don't be afraid, we know how to handle this situation. We lost the history, of course, because of course we did. But it's no problem. Okay. What happens on ticket wait? We are actually waiting. This is probably non-existing ticket. So interesting. What happens if we don't catch the, let's go to client. Right, so the code originally, before we did any changes, was like this. So what happens with this? We have the timeout here, but that's yeah, okay. So this would crash. The actual binary from the system would crash as well if we did just this, not using any code from our system. Or is that or will it hang forever because the problem was actually this line? This will be interesting. If this hangs forever, then it could be our issue. Let's open another terminal inside of the container. See, this is my system tmux. We are still in the same container. We just switched in the within the terminal, within the tmux inside of the container, and we are going to use this. Let me comment out this line as well. So we will put this ticket wait, right? So this is two connections. Oops, I didn't want that. This is two connections running at the same time. So I assume if I do ticket check now, it should hang forever and then timeout, right? Because no, but I would expect it to happen because we set the queue size to 2. So something is weird. So what if we let's try to do one more maybe, ticket wait, and do the ticket check here to be completely sure. Ticket check. No, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. So this is weird. So I did this, right? Then I started two connections with ticket wait, and then I tried ticket check or ticket close. It still works fine. How is that? Right, because I think maybe we didn't configure the queue size correctly. So since the default is 5, supposedly, maybe we can try a few more waiting tickets. Because threading mixin keeps serve forever as a main loop free, it spawns a new thread for each. Okay. A look at wait ticket. It loops indefinitely holding an open socket and a handler until a resource is assigned. If a client disconnects, the server has no way to know and keeps the thread to reproduce. You need to simulate abandoned wait ticket connections. So, you sure about that? Let's go to here. Now, what is our bit? Do they mean the bit of the server actually? PS AOX. Would that be this bit? We don't have ls off. DNF install ls off. Right, 76. Now, what is the lines actually? Yeah, okay. So it has the opened files in the memory, but this is probably more interesting. I'm not sure. So we have this. Now, what happens if I kill this? It's still 76, and if I run a new one, it's 77. Okay. So if I kill this and run a new one, this is 78. So So that could be it actually. Now, what is the suggestion here? Self-sync resource ready. This is our code or not? I don't know, but because I didn't write the majority of the resalloc code. We need to escape the dots, probably. No? Oh, we don't have grep. Yeah, okay. Okay, this is here. And we have timeout 10 here. This is interesting. So if we do git grep dot wait with opening bracket wait timeout 10, so I mean let's find this code where it is. It's the wait 10 in API 99. API 99. So wait ticket. By the way, let's take a look into the Copper code base whether we even call the wait ticket, because I'm not 100% sure, and I want to be at least a bit sure what is happening, because if it, I don't know if we are actually using this waiting command. So wait ticket git grep again, not here, but maybe it is in the I don't know. Maybe it is not in the Copper code, but maybe it is in the maybe resalloc itself does that. Never mind. Never mind. How many would I need to reproduce the issue? So I think we can do even this. So write me a bash script that runs the resalloc wait command, and then immediately kills it, and then a new one and new one. So it should be a simple 5-line code, I think. So what it wants to do, I don't know why we have server here and why we have tag here. I think it's just fine to use this part because we go for the count. We have the ticket ID. Yeah, we are creating new tickets. We don't have to do that. We don't have to create a new tickets. Just wait for non-existing ones. Yeah, exactly. This is what I meant. Yeah. Server. Yeah. Okay. So let's try this one in the terminal, right? So we go to not this one, this one. We go to here. We'll kill this and we'll create a new script. Let's call it zombie.py, zombie wait.py sh, and we'll paste this. Now, server, I don't think we need the server here, and I don't think we need the server here, right? So basically, what it does is we will increase this to 1000. Let's do 1025. 24 should be the limit, so let's do 25 of those. So what it does is it goes in that loop and then spawns a wait command on the background, right? The last character here on the background, and then it kills. I don't know what this means. Is it the pit? It must be the pit of the previous command, right? So previous process. So I think we can run this chmod plus x on this, and we can run this, and we created the zombies. Now, if we do the ls off, we still have 78. So, no. Maybe it was too fast. Maybe we need to do sleep 1 second. Fault 1. Non-type has no attribute tit. What? What is your problem, man? If we go here, it's still 78. What the hell? And we completely effed it. Weird. Weird. Let me. We closed it, right? Let's close this as well. Does this work? No, it doesn't. How so? It worked just a second ago. Did we break the server actually? No, this is still running. So what is the problem? default one. Oh, let's remove this. Was it some weird copy-paste error? Vim, what was it called? Zombie wait. Was this some weird copy-paste error? I changed that line. Zombie wait. No. How so? What the hell is this? You need real ticket IDs. Do I really? Because I know I can do, like, this works. Do I really? Because I can do in another on foreground just fine. Now I'm thinking maybe it's the ID. What if we zombie wait and we don't do this ticket number but rather (843). Yeah, this is fun. 843, yeah. How can I? Let's kill the whole terminal and let's move here. I don't know how to stop the process. Anyway, let's try again now, and maybe we can even remove the sleep. So Vim zombie wait. Let's not do the sleep now, and let's run the. Okay. Do we have? That's not much more. Okay, we will do the sleep then. Maybe it plays a role. Yeah, we are growing the number, but we are growing the number very slowly. Yeah, we are. What if I run several terminals of this? So zombie wait, zombie wait, zombie wait, wait, like this. Where is the terminal where we have our, yeah, here. It's number 3, okay. So yeah, we have them more now. We can see that the check still works, and yeah, but we are farming new numbers. That's good. So the expectation here is once we reach 1,000 of them, then it will stop working, right? The check will stop working. I'm going to pee in the meantime, and we will see. Okay, so are we at 1,000 yet? Not yet. And our check still works. So what's the... Okay, but we are... But no, this is connection refused though. Right, this is connection refused, not the timeout actually. It crashed the server. Did it crash the server? So we are running the server here. Yeah, too many open files. So let's see. Let's see. Would this crash in production the same way? Because there is it is running in production, of course, using the systemd and not like this, right? So I don't know if it would crash the exact same way, or not. I've never seen this line in the logs. Okay, I tried and it crashed the whole server with so we didn't reproduce the timeout error. I almost thought we have it. In production, the server doesn't crash immediately. Yeah, it's possible. It behaves a little bit differently in production. Yeah. Let's take a look at the logs. If we still have them, maybe they were rotated and we don't have them anymore. But let's go to SSH. This is production. Right, this happened on Sunday, I think. So we have var log resalloc server. So do we have RG here? We have. So if we RG copper, if we RG too many open files in this directory, do we find some? Oh, we do! We do. Really? Where? In main. Guys. This may be it. Too many. The log is so gigantic, nobody maybe looked even. Yeah. Okay. So this is the last incident, which is 30. So this is a day ago. This is a day ago. Or 2 days ago. What the hell is the... Let me see the calendar. Calendar. So today is the 1st. Yes. Yes. Today is the 1st. Yesterday was the 31st. And yesterday it didn't happen. But a day before that, which was Monday evening, it actually happened. And the date so the date is correct, but the time is a bit weird here. But let me see what the server thinks is the current date. So date, it thinks it's 11 o'clock, and it is actually 2 hours later. So that would mean this happened not in 5 o'clock, but rather 7 o'clock, and I was debugging it between 7 and 8. So yeah, this is fucking it. Oh yes. Let me put this into my notes. I will definitely need to mention this in the ticket, and I don't want to lose this. So yet another XML-RPC. Yeah, this is it. So code, I'm putting it here, and we are also going to do the RG that we did, and we are going to count the lines so that we can in the ticket basically say, hey, this happened many times. So let's take this. I'm going to put that into my notes as well. Oops. Shit, I pressed caps lock and everything started behaving strangely. Like this. Okay. So I have it in my notes. We can continue. Now, we think this is the root cause of the issue. Now, set a timeout. Yeah, a timeout would be a good idea, probably. The thing is, if we set timeout, will it we can, because if we set timeout, will it kill the ticket to waits connections that are actually live but wants to wait for a long time, or will it kill only connections that are basically stale or broken or something like that? So I would like to have a timeout, but only for the stale connections that were interrupted by the client. I don't want to limit the timeout of active, actually waiting connections. Actually waiting, let's do connections. Hopefully it will, yeah, I don't know if it is possible or not, so we will see. Also, it sounds like an easy way to fix the problem, the easiest way to fix the problem would be basically restarting the resalloc server like frequently, every day, for example. I also think there is some system deconfiguration that can trigger the restart once it reaches some amount of open resources, I think, maybe, but I don't want to do that. So store the socket before dispatching and pass it to the server. Check in the okay, can you make the changes in my code? We will see the diff, it will be easier. We will modify that, of course, but it would be easier that way probably. So allow. I would view, but it doesn't render the diff well. So let's allow every change in the code. We will see the diff and how many do we want to do, man? Okay. After each wait cycle, checks if the client is readable. Okay, stores the connection into before dispatching, so wait ticket connects. Okay, so what is our change here? This is the client code we manually modified some time ago now. So we have the API change and the main change, API. So we didn't see this code yet at all. Get address thread local socket, what the hell is this? I don't understand at all. And we do base request handler. And do we do what exactly with that? So do post connection. Okay. What we are going to do is test if it helps or not. first of all. If it doesn't work, there is no point in trying to understand this, right? So let's go to my local host. Let's restart the server. And let's go back here. So this will not work anymore because the PID changed. So we need pass AUX and we need resalloc server, this one, and this is our new PID. So we can count the resources with this. Is it growing? It is growing because it is not growing, okay. But this is still, that's the thing. It is not growing and this is still running. Oops. By the way, if you are in tmax, which is inside another tmax, you need to press the prefix twice. So instead of Control B and then command, like N for next, you need to do Control B next. So that's why I sometimes jump to a different pane than I would like. So yeah, it is closing the connections, right? We can try to put the run the zombie wait. Run the zombie wait on several. Right, so we have many zombie waits. The connections grew. And it is growing still. But I think it will not grow as much. Because we have the timeout, maybe for, I don't know if we still have the 5-second timeout or not. Either way. Let's take a look at the code for a sec and get back to this later and see if this is still happening, if this is still growing or if it's falling down or what. And I'm not exactly sure I can understand the code right now, and I'm kind of fried after an hour and a half of talking. So maybe I will wrap the video once we confirm this fix works, and then I will try to understand the code and refactor the code a bit, because, for example, I already see that I don't like this. So refactor the code maybe afterwards. I'm not sure what exactly we will do, but we will definitely at least confirm this will not grow to insane numbers. So once again, right, we have this request handler. By the way, this is nonsense, right? So we have resalloc request handler. It is extending the base handler, which is basically this, right? So we can find this in the documentation. Yeah. Handler. The request handler parameter should be a factory for request handler instances. Defaults 2 are passed. Do we have more? Create a new request handler instance. This request handler supports post requests and modifies logging so that log requests parameter is honored. That's not That's not very helpful. So they use it for logging stuff? And we use it for what? What is the purpose of let's see what it says, and in the meantime we will see a request. I know where it should. It's here. We use it for API thread local socket equals self connection. Yeah, that's what's API in this. So this is resalloc server API, and in the resalloc server API there is thread local variable. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, but this was probably added by... Was this added by Claude right now, or was this in the code for a long time? Blame. No. No, this is in the code for a long time. Oh, I don't like that. So it sets the socket there and then does the post. Okay. Okay, anyway, yeah, see, this is definitely not growing as it was. So the fix works. I need to play with it a little, and I'm fried now. I cannot think no more. So I think we can be happy. I think we actually reproduced the issue, and we actually got AI generated fix for that. I still want to change it because I don't like this at all. But yeah, we have a good starting point. So yeah, we basically got through the hardest part on this issue. I'm quite confident we can get this to the finish line. So thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.